is good, good people? You are now listening to another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and today, not one, but we have two special guests for a special occasion. So first off, I'm gonna start with my first guest. This is her first time on the podcast. She's a chef. She's a culinary alchemist. She's written in such publications as the New York Times and Food and Wine magazine. She hates people, but she loves Project Pat. Hailing from North Chuck, the Naughty By, aka North Charleston, we have Chef Amethyst Ganaway in the building. Chef, how are things this evening?
Right, but the...
He got it.
Everything good my way, man. Everything's good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate
Absolutely. Thank you for being on. And my next guest, you know him, you love him. He's a repeat guest on this podcast. You know, he's the host of the Worthy Cause podcast with, well, let me not spoil it right now if you're not watching. I always say he's not the mayor of Columbia, but he's the mayor of Columbia. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the good brother Preach Jacobs in the building. Preach.
This is my man got the sound effects. I love it. Let's go. Boy.
What up, Preach?
I'm too baby to be blushing like this, man. Oh.
I love it. So, Amethyst, the Harvest and Heritage event. First off, how did the event start, and what's the theme for this upcoming event?
Yeah, so it started, Harvest and Heritage is a series of programming I am doing in collaboration with the South Carolina State Museum in Columbia. And it started because Miss Natalie Days of Gullah Gullah Island fame and brilliant, talented artist and a matriarch was gracious enough to paint a series of portraits of 6 or 7 different black matriarchs from the Low Country for an event I did for Charleston Wine and Food. Long story short, Ramon Jackson from the museum reached out after that event, was really interested in the work that we were doing in acquiring those pieces. And from there, it turned into this whole series of programming that we're doing between this year and next year. We are touching on the black culinary traditions of each region of the state of South Carolina and a little bit of everywhere in between that as well. And the next one that we have coming up this Saturday on the 21st is celebrating Upstate Fusion. So shout out to the Upstate, the 864-843 still better, but I appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, just trying to shed some light and give some recognition to the ways that black folk in the state have contributed to culture, culinary culture, but culture as a whole as well.
Right on, man. Again, it's at the South Carolina State Museum this Saturday, September 21st from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Get your tickets, because it's going to be a smashing event.
You gonna be there, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool, yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm pulling up. So, Preach, what's new in your world?
Yeah. Everything. I just celebrated my 41st birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
and
shit.
Yeah, look at that. Old now. And then, of course, my grandfather passed away, who's on your shirt, James Earl Jones, which I was talking to you before we got started, where it was just like, at first it was kind of funny when like people started texting me like, oh, I heard your granddaddy died. I heard you. But after like the 15th or 20th person hit me up, I was like, yo, maybe I didn't realize how much James Earl Jones meant. So I wrote a column about the importance of James Earl Jones and how he redefined black masculinity at a time when he came out in the 60s and 70s, where you had like, the country was telling black men to be quiet. When we were fighting for civil rights, James Earl Jones, you can't be quiet with a voice like that. Mm-hmm. And he was this person that never was a fool. So that was a part of the stuff that I've written recently. Still got the Worthy Cause podcast, and just staying busy, man. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the big thing, is just being constant. And I'm going to be DJing at the event this Saturday as well. As I've been at all of them, I'm really excited. So if you want to have like black family cookout vibes, pull up with a splash of Project Pat. Pull up, and we got you covered.
Come on, man. Sure, they'll pay your light bill. You bought it out. We should do a Project Pat song tournament next time. Amethyst, you're in.
Yeah, she got it. Yeah. Side note, did you hear Juicy J do like the jazz version of Slob on My Knob?
Yes, I saw that. I saw that on my Twitter. I'm like, boy, this guy here.
Yeah.
Hey man, living the life.
Yeah,
Living the dang
he
old
actually
life, man.
he put two new projects out,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them are fire. I like both of
Yeah.
them. Then I saw that he posted up, and him and Pat back in the studio again. I'm like,
Oh,
turn
yeah.
me up, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
But I know where you're
Take
going
a
to be.
day off.
I know where you're
Day
going to
off.
be.
I'm getting a ball of E&J and a black and mild, and it's about to be ignorant levels
Yes.
of ignorancy.
Got to
happening.
be.
This is that. Oh, black and mild. Yo, shout out to the people that keep that brand going. Like, because
Wood
that
tip.
shit would never go out of business. The wood tip,
Wood
yeah.
tip, wine
Yep.
flavored with a ball of E&J. Peach E&J at that.
Okay,
Oh, bitch.
I love the specificity of it.
Yes, I've thought about this. Clearly.
All right, so we're going to get into this tournament. So, the genesis of how this tournament started. Preach and I we chopped it up one day, and we were just talking about just different. I don't know how we got on the subject of Chain Restaurant Bread, but it was just rapid fire. He would name a restaurant, I'd name a restaurant, and it got to the point where he was like, "You know what? I think you might have enough restaurants to start your own bracket." And I was like, "You know what? You might be onto something." And then it was the thing that really put the wheels in motion. Preach, you made a post. I think it was back in July, talking about you got some bread from Trader Joe's and you got some other things, and you was like, and I made it, and it was great. And just address me as Chef Jacobs from now on. And I
Oh,
left a comment
you
saying,
know what I mean?
and I left a comment saying, "Can we add this to the tournament bracket?" He was like, "Man, add it." And then
Yeah.
Amethyst jumped off the top rope, and she was like, "What is this bread tournament, and how can I be a taste tester?" I was like, "Well, it's not necessarily a taste test, but Preach had the idea of doing a tournament on my podcast, and you have no open invite." And she was like, "I'm down."
Yeah.
So here we is. So
All right, next time we gotta have food involved. So next time we're gonna make sure we got the bread and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? We're gonna make it work.
that's
We're gonna do a live pod from the art gallery. That's what we're gonna do.
Yes.
see, that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
With hella bread.
Yes. So here's how the tournament is going to be formatted. We have a total of 12 restaurants. 8 of them are playing each other in the first round. There are going to be 4 restaurants that have a first round bye. So we're going to get into it. So
Let's go.
The first matchup in the top part of the bracket on the first round, the aforementioned Trader Joe's taking on Longhorn Steakhouse. Amethyst, ladies first.
What bread from Trader Joe's?
I think when I was making that post, they had this. If you ever rock with the everything bagel seasoning that Trader Joe's had, they had a everything bagel seasoning bread. And I toasted that joint, put some butter on and some garlic, and I put some like smoked salmon on that bitch, and it was jamming. But I know that saying Trader Joe's bread is a vague statement, but that's the one that I had. So under those circumstances, who wins with the Longhorn bread?
As a previous Longhorn employee,
Oh man, I see the neck's gonna be.
I gotta go because I survived off of just in the back, in the kitchen, sneaking half loaves of bread, making butter and sugar and cinnamon, and just whipping that thing, and just that's what I ate. That's how I sustained myself. And when that bread come hot out the oven,
All right.
I'm gonna go for that. Now, if you would have said the Trader Joe's like croissant bread,
All right. Well, look here. It looks like we're gonna have to have a tournament just with Trader Joe's breads. We're gonna have to do.
She ain't lying about that croissant bread. That croissant bread is the truth.
Okay. All right. Duly noted. All right. I'll be honest with you though. I ain't gonna argue with you. I think I'm gonna go with Longhorn too. Like
All right.
it's something about that. Like like we were joking about Red Lobster a moment ago. I remember 20 years ago, there's like a cluster of those restaurants that they all felt like they were the same vibe, but they all were different. So you had like Longhorn, Red Lobster, Chili's, Olive Garden. Like all these places had kind of like a similar vibe, and it's kind of nostalgic. So I'll take the Longhorn bread. I'll let you have that one.
I'm gonna actually, so all of those places except for, so Olive Garden, Longhorn, Red Lobster, all of those are owned by the same company. They're all owned by Darden.
Really?
See,
So
that's what I buy. It's like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that shit. All right.
yep, yep,
Okay.
Man,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
all had the same vibe, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
And
ain't crazy.
Longhorn gets my pick too, so Longhorn goes to the next round.
word
So
up.
now the
Shout out,
second
shout
match.
out to the horn.
Shout out to the horn. Man, that lobster mac and cheese. My God.
Oh man.
Then the second matchup in the first round, we have Cheesecake Factory versus Church's Chicken.
This is the honey biscuits, right?
Styles make fights. Yes.
All right. Okay.
I'll go first.
All right.
I love the Cheesecake Factory because, I mean, you get your choice between white and the brown bread, and I'm partial to the brown bread at Cheesecake Factory. It's never steered me wrong. However, just like you said, Preach, piggybacking on the nostalgic factor,
I was about to go there. Yeah.
that's mainly the Church's Own Rivers is mainly where we spend our Saturdays after we left Northwoods Mall as a family. And I got to say another thing. We determined how good the food at Church's was going to be based on the jalapeno jar. If the jar was cloudy, we're walking out. If we can see through the pickle jar fluid,
Yeah.
yeah, then that was going to be a good day. And that Church's honey biscuit, to this day, I'll still go there strictly for the biscuit. It ain't no sense in getting chicken because it's going to be no shorter than a 30-minute wait at this point. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Churches on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard. Y'all got to tighten up. But yeah, Church's honey butter biscuits, they do it for me. So Church's gets my pick. Preach. How about you?
I'll be honest with you. Cheesecake Factory felt like one of them bougie places, you know what I'm saying? That you couldn't really go to like that. Like you really had to have money to go there. And I've been there, a few times, right? Because I don't know, and we might have one in Columbia, I don't know, but it felt like a treat when you go to Charlotte, but it felt a little too. It felt like, I wouldn't say it was bougie, but the people that went there that spent their money, they thought that they were a lot better than you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a more advanced Applebee's in a way. I ain't trying to be mean, but my relationship with Churches, I think this whole tournament is going to be all this shit that reminds me of my childhood. Before Churches got the bad reputation of not being good and all this type of stuff, that was a staple in the family. So I would definitely say, as soon as you mentioned the Church's biscuit, there was like a gleam in my eye that I was like starting thinking about some childhood shit. Which, by the way, it sounds like we need to do a tournament on biscuits as well. So we got to do like a tournament on like Bojangles biscuits and Popeyes biscuits and stuff like that. So that's just an idea. All carb related shit apparently. But yeah, but Churches gets my vote.
All right. Amethyst, what say you?
Off top Churches.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go. So Churches makes it to the next round. Then, for the third matchup in the first round, we got Panera Bread versus Carrabba's.
All right, remind me of Carrabba's bread. Is it the bread that they put like the oil and stuff onto?
They got the dipping sauce for it. It's basically like it's sliced loaves of bread with the it's like a oil and herb dipping sauce.
Hold on, you gonna have me looking this shit up? Hold on. Carrabba's is kind of like, okay, I see it. All right. I see it. Yeah. Carrabba's feel like the older brother of Olive Garden. You know what I mean? The more sophisticated brother of Olive Garden. That's what exactly it feels like. Okay. All right. And the other one, it was Carrabba's versus who again?
Panera.
Okay. Let's see.
Panera Bread be hard.
Yeah.
I never had Panera Bread that be good. That you just throw that shit in the bag just because you got bread on hand.
Yeah.
That's it. That's hand me. Go ahead. I'll take the Carrabba's.
Yeah. I'm going
right.
I'm going with Carrabba's too. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. That Panera, that bread, that shit tastes like you eating a broomstick, man. It ain't fun. You gotta dunk it in your soup to make it at least semi-tolerable.
Even the bread bowl be hard. How the ball hard? Like,
Yeah, that don't make
Yo.
no sense.
All right. After looking at Carrabba's, it reminds me of bonefish bread. So I think I'll take Carrabba's too. I don't know if bonefish is on your list, but I'll take it too. So yeah, like we all agree on Carrabba's.
All right. So Carrabba's advances to the next round. Now the last matchup in the first round, we have Quincy's versus Zaxby's.
I don't think I've ever had Quincy's.
And
Look
Quincy's is similar to Texas
A yeast
Roadhouse.
roll?
Looking, say Quincy's might win the tournament to me. You know, talking about my childhood. Look here. Quincy's was the place that all the black family stuff. If somebody graduated high school, if somebody had a birthday, if somebody, mama got sick, you went to Quincy's. And Quincy's had something called the Big Fat Yeast Roll. And it was these rolls that was out, and they had this butter. I forgot the kind of butter they had in it. I don't know if it was honey butter or something like that. You used to roll it on that bitch. Look here. Quincy's hands down. I'm going to start crying in a minute. I'm going to call my mama till I love her. Quincy's wins. To me, this is my vote. Like, I ain't even hear Zaxby's. No, Quincy's all day long. Let's go.
And listen, you about to make me find the commercial. I'm about to look this up.
With the beer? You got the beer on it? Oh, man.
It's not the beer. It was an actual yeast roll that
It's a little dude. I got it right here.
hold on.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, it was that was a staple for us.
I drop it in the chat. Wait, did it link?
Here we go.
Yeast roll. Here's a deal you gotta see. A special meal, and it comes with me. I'm the big fat yeast roll.
Yeast roll.
What a deal. Come celebrate Dad's Day all month long with a free dessert bar. When you buy a ribeye combo, you'll get a juicy ribeye, choice of potatoes, beverage, and a garden fresh salad bar. And we'll throw in dessert free. Happy Father's Day, Dad. We like folks like you.
At Quincy's.
Listen, when they got a whole song about the damn bread, you know they got to be busting. Like somebody black auntie created that recipe, and that's it. And they were like, "Well, this is going to be what's going to bring people in here." Yes, the yeast roll. That wins my vote.
Yeah, that wins my vote too. There's still one Quincy's left in Florence.
Really?
Yes.
You got real excited.
Yes.
Oh,
Real.
I'm like, yo,
It's one in Florence. It's right off of I-95 on the Highway 52 exit.
I tell you one thing. I'm kind of scared. Here's why I'm scared. I grew up on Thundercats, like one of my favorite cartoons growing up, and I remember as an adult, my brother ordered a box set of Thundercats season 1, season 2, something like that from the internet. And he's like, "Yo, man, let's come to the crib. Let's just watch some Thundercats. Let's have something to drink. It's gonna be fun." And we watched Thundercats again, and it was the corniest shit I've ever seen. Because I remember that, I was probably 4 or 5 years old watching this shit. That it wasn't as good as I thought. So the one trick about nostalgia is that the brilliance of it is that you can't go back to it anymore, right? So whenever I write in my head for it, it's great. I'll be heartbroken if I go to Quincy's and it's a piece of shit, because that's what happened to me with Shoney's. I used to love Shoney's growing up. Then I go to Shoney's as an adult. They got one on Broad River Road. The place not good. It was like, yo, this is what I went crazy over. Like, I was a dumb kid. So, or maybe the quality just got bad. I don't know. But saying that though, if y'all do want to make a field trip, I probably still would go.
Because the last time I went to Shoney's was in Orangeburg last year I went there before the South Carolina State homecoming, and the breakfast buffet still held up.
Oh, the breakfast buffet. So you got to be the man early for that. It opens 6 a.m. Damn. Now you got me thinking about Shoney's. Damn.
Yeah. But
damn.
Man,
all right.
This is the best. This is the best sidetracking moments ever. So, Amethyst, what say you?
I'm gonna go for the rolls.
All right.
I'm gonna go with the rolls.
All right.
Trust us, we gonna get it. Listen, hold on. The way that Red Lobster, you can get the cheddar biscuits at the grocery store. Do any of these companies have their bread offerings at grocery stores? In case people haven't tried them yet.
I don't know.
All right,
Some of them. I think Texas Roadhouse might. I know the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Maybe Olive Garden breadsticks in some places, but otherwise, I ain't seen nobody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah, Quincy's moves on to the next round, and Zaxby's. I like their toast, but it's a quantity factor for me. It's like
Yeah.
it's a half triangle of the toast, and it's buttered good, but it's got that melted cheese, but it's like that. It's you're already finished with, and it's like the moment is just the moment's up too quick for me. So yeah, Quincy's gets the nod, and it advances to the next round. Now back to the top of the bracket, entering the second round,
Uh-oh.
we have Longhorn versus Red Lobster, and I'll go first. Yeah, it's Red Lobster for me.
Yeah.
It's Red Lobster.
I think unanimously.
Yeah.
It's Red Lobster
Yeah.
off top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when
Yeah.
you shit hot and they first bring them out to you. Oh my
Can't
god.
beat it.
Listen. And as somebody that just had some this past Sunday, Jesus, like it was, yeah, Red Lobster.
Yeah.
All right, so Red Lobster advances to the next round. Boy, that was fast. I love it. Then the second matchup, we got Churches versus Outback.
Ooh.
Man,
I like me a pumpernickel.
me too.
Me too.
That
Yeah.
pumpernickel ain't never steered me wrong.
Yeah.
Preach. What
Yeah.
say you?
Pumpernickel.
All right.
I'm going pumpernickel.
All right. You know what? I have to go
So you know what?
Churches.
I need that.
But
Oh,
you-
look at you. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
But they go.
It don't matter at this point. Outback is going to the
Pumpernickel
next
goes in
round.
this round. By the way, I need to buy more pumpernickel in my life. You know what I mean? When you go to the store, like I always forget about it. So I need to make some more sandwiches with pumpernickel.
Well,
All I remember is that Barney used to like pumpernickel.
Oh, really?
Barney,
Okay.
the damn purple dinosaur, yes.
He did?
Love pumpernickel.
I never.
Whole episode
so
about
random.
pumpernickel bread.
That's
Word.
so
And why do I
random.
remember that? I have no idea, but he did.
Yeah.
All right.
Then the next matchup in this second round, we have Carrabba's versus the older brother, Olive Garden. Olive Garden their bread has been a factor in these streets for quite some time. You know, streets love that endless bread. You were going to say something, Amethyst?
As a previous employee of Olive Garden, knowing how the bread comes in and how the bread is made, I'ma still go with Olive Garden.
Ooh.
That must seem like you know some shit that we don't know. That's like give us cause to pause.
So the bread is basically fresh. It comes in as dough, like already shaped into the shape, and you gotta cook it off. You gotta butter it down by hand and everything. There's a little special oven that you can put it into. It comes out all nice and toasty. Carrabba's, I feel like they ain't really gotta put that much effort into it. It's just some bread and some oil and some spices. But Olive Garden, it's like both chewing bread and a cardboard tube at the same time, but for some reason it's really good. And when you use that thing to sup up that soup, that dookie soup, can't beat it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm going with Olive Garden breadsticks.
Okay. I'll go next. I'm gonna have to go with Olive Garden too. The way you described the Amethyst, that swayed my vote. I ain't even gonna hold you. But yeah,
Cardboard tube.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. When you become of a certain age and you start trying to take girls out on dates, there's a few places that made you feel like you was the shit when you took a girl out. Olive Garden was one of them places. And I ain't have a lot of game, I had a little bit of game, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have a lot of money, had a little bit of money. But you go to a place where the bread can do half the heavy lifting for you, because if we eat enough of that while we waiting for the food, she ain't gonna order as much. Like I have sentimental feelings with the garlic, with the Olive Garden bread. I think they win. Yeah.
All right, Olive Garden goes on to the next round. Olive Garden gets my pick too. And then the last matchup in the second round, what do you know? We got Yeast Roll versus Yeast Roll. Quincy's versus Texas Roadhouse.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Man, I'll go first. Sentimental value be damned. I gotta go Texas Roadhouse. Simply because of there's other factors that I weigh in as well. But Texas Roadhouse, I got more portion wise versus Quincy, number one. And number two, they give you a bucket of peanuts to go with it before you sit down to eat. I mean, they basically get you full before you get to your table, before you get your starter salad. I mean, they take good care of you portion wise. So yeah, Texas Roadhouse gets my pick.
Amethyst, question.
Yeah.
For somebody that's worked at these restaurants like this, is it like counterproductive to give a lot of bread to discourage people from buying more food? Like, what was the kind of the thinking of that? Or did it make people think they were getting more bang for their buck and make people spend more? Okay.
Yeah, basically. Because you got to think about the cost of bread. Like, you're not really making any money off of that bread, right? But it's there to especially during weekends, to satiate people. Your food, there's 100 other people in here. Here's some bread. Here's some salad. Enjoy yourself. You know. So yeah.
Okay.
Point. So Amethyst, what's your pick?
I want Preach to pick,
All right.
and then I'll make a.
She's gonna be the tiebreaker.
I'll tell y'all why afterwards. Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh, she gonna be like, I know how to make this shit. It's terrible. I'll be honest with you. I'm a split the vote. Like I have way too many memories with the yeast rolls, man. Look, Texas Roadhouse, they have no motherfucking song about their bread. You know what I'm saying? So Quincy's fat yeast roll, that bread just when my family, when we reminiscing, we don't bring up anything else on that bar at Quincy. We be like, you remember the yeast rolls? That's been a statement that's been said plenty of times, including how my parents mispronounce salmon. But other than that, I think yeast roll wins. Listen, Simon and Rice, salmon.
Leave the little people alone.
It's all good. It's all good.
I think that was on the episode when you had Amethyst on, when you mentioned that.
Yeah, Simon and Rice.
Simon and Rice.
And my mom was like, "You mean salmon?" I'm like, "Both of y'all motherfuckers got it wrong." Like, I love you, mom and dad. Anyway.
All right, Amethyst.
All right. So I've never had Quincy's rolls before. I don't think. Are they like a Ryan's roll? I need something that's comparable.
Oh, but you know, I've never
Like,
had a Ryan.
is it kind of sweet?
Never had a Ryan's roll. The yeast
It's a little sweet. The butter on it is a little sweet. Yeah, I'm looking at them now. Yeah. But the yeast roll is probably a little bit bigger. But yeah, it's probably close to Ryan's. Yes.
I'm gonna go with Quincy's.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Quincy's goes to the next round.
All right. So what was your reason? What was your Texas Roadhouse secret that we don't know?
No, it's personal preference.
Okay.
Personal preference. I like Texas Roadhouse rolls. Now, don't get me wrong. I definitely go take like 2 in my purse when it's time to leave. But if it's like a Ryan's roll, then I'm gonna go with that one.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Quincy's goes on to the next round. So now we have our final 4. Back to the top of the bracket. Semifinals. We have Red Lobster versus Outback. We preach.
Outback.
Oh, I'm about to say, hey, Danny, you're gonna have to be the tiebreaker. I was gonna say Red Lobster, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, pressure, brother.
No sweat at all. No sweat at all. Man, this is a coin flip for me. Outback and Red Lobster.
What about the goddamn cheddar biscuits, Grandpa? Oh, I say, think about that Boondocks episode. Yes. The cheddar biscuits.
I'm going Red Lobster. So Red Lobster makes it to the championship round. And now the next semifinals matchup, we have Olive Garden versus Quincy's. Man. Breadsticks versus the yeast roll.
All right. Since I'm the one that feels like an episode of Wonder Years, I go first. I say Quincy's is my choice. Y'all gonna have to fight it out. Figure out who goes to the next round.
Man, you a jerk. Let's see. Amethyst, you go next.
So for these last couple ones, I've been trying to look at, like, if I had a plate of each in front of me and a joint in one hand and a plate in the other, which one would I keep going back to?
And a black mile in the ashtray.
You know what I'm saying? Already half smoked. Like that. I'm gonna go with Quincy's. I'm gonna go for
Well, this is getting tight. Whoa, this is getting tight.
I'm gonna go for the roll. I know.
All right. My gosh. I'm going Quincy's too.
Look at that. You know what you should do when you put this episode out? I need you to tag all these restaurants that even if they're not here anymore, and let these motherfuckers know we still love them. You know what I'm saying? The CEO from Quincy's, who now works at Verizon Wireless, he's like, oh, I remember back in the day.
Yes,
anyway.
sir.
All right.
So we got a championship matchup. We have Red Lobster versus Quincy's. When the smoke cleared, there were 2 restaurants left, both childhood staples. 2 restaurants.
Can I phone a
One to be
friend?
champion.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
Side note, while you're contemplating this, I would say we have to have a what do you call it? An honorable mention that didn't make the list. Fats Cafe.
That was on my list. For some reason, I took it off, but that was on my list too.
Fats Cafe. I was just thinking about that too. I'm saying my brain just goes to restaurants I don't go to anymore or don't exist anymore. I haven't seen a Fats Cafe in forever, but that used to be the spot. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still around or not. I know the one in North Charleston closed a while ago.
Yeah. I would second that with a California Dreamer croissant.
Oh! See, that was another place. You took a girl to California dreaming. We go together. I don't give a
That's
fuck.
it.
You know what I'm saying? like we go together. Like no, yo, you my girl. You holding my hand. Yo. I totally forgot about that. Yes, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right.
Shit, you jammed me up just now with that.
Yo.
I went there for my 21st birthday, and that, oh my God.
Look, I think I did too. I think I did.
Pivotal moments at California Dreamin', okay?
Yeah.
Eating the croissant on the water. It's
Listen,
better than that.
it's different.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna have me texting my mom. She be like, I'm like, yeah, we need to go to lunch next week. Where you want to go? Listen, yeah, okay,
Man.
all right.
That was, man, yeah, that was a good way to break up the tension with the honorable mention
Right.
list. Man, so championship round. I'm going Red Lobster.
Oh boy.
Preach.
Oh.
Come on with it.
Oh, y'all gonna make me the God. Okay, let's see.
You know what? Yeah, I'm really gonna put the pressure on you. I'm gonna say Quincy's. Tie bracket. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Even though my heart wasn't in it completely.
I'm going Red Lobster.
Oh.
All right. That's it.
I'm going Red Lobster.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the Since We Last Spoke Chain Restaurant Bread Invitational, Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuits. Take a bow.
Yeah.
You are a real one.
Listen, they also at the grocery store you can get the mix, and they have a gluten-free version that I made this weekend that was like pretty jamming. It's only 2 ingredients, and it came out extremely well. Yeah. So,
Really?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did you get the gluten-free one?
I had someone that had a gluten allergy, and we was at the family house, and I had to hook it up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, I felt like Carmi. You know what I mean? I feel like Carmi. Yo, you know what I mean? Thanks, chef. Like, yeah.
I'm crying.
Two motherfucking ingredients. Two ingredients. That's it. Two ingredients. I felt like this shit. I was like, oh. Yeah. And don't let me have an air fryer near me. I'm gonna do the heritage events next month. If something happens, they don't bring the food. I'm like, yo, give me the air fryer. I got this. Yo, yeah. Air fryers. I think McCarty Sellers said an air fryer is like an easy bake oven for adults. And to that, it might be true, but so what? It makes me feel good. I think it's like the man's new version of the Foreman grill. Because back in the day, that's all we had. Like, that's all we had. We put everything on goddamn Foreman grill.
Man,
anyways.
Dog. I did a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the Foreman grill one time.
Oh, it had to stop.
The little grill marks on it.
Yeah. Man. I thought I discovered fire, man. That shit turned out so good.
Dog.
Man, so this is a great episode, man. Again, y'all plug the event.
Harvest and Heritage this upcoming Saturday at the South Carolina State Museum. We got another one in November, and then we will take a pause, come back next February. Follow me on Instagram, I guess. Don't follow me on Twitter.
I know why you say that, but okay.
My true self comes out on Twitter.
Yeah. Yes. You're hilarious. Yeah, man, I'll be there as well. Make sure that you support all of Danny's podcasts. This motherfucker got like 4 or 5 right now. I can't keep up. But yeah. I love this movement of South Carolina creatives having these outlets, whether it's a podcast or doing events in the community or doing really, really fly stuff. I think it's really, really dope that we're highlighting South Carolina, because when I was growing up doing artwork, we always thought that, oh, you got to go to Atlanta or you got to go somewhere else. And it was a lack of self-esteem for the creatives in the state. So to see all this fly stuff happening and to be in great company means a lot. Follow me on Preach Jacobs on all of social medias. Check out my podcast, the Worthy Cause podcast on the Arena Network. And buy my album, Francis, is on vinyl. I won Best Hip Hop Artist for the Free Times 2 years in a row. Get the record. It's dope, and I got some new stuff that's coming. Bing bong.
Yes, sir. And thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like, download, and subscribe to Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. You can follow me on IG at Danny Foxworth 843. You can follow my YouTube channel, which is also at Danny Foxworth 843. There, you can find all the videos for all my episodes for this podcast, as well as my baseball podcast, At the Plate with Danny Foxworth, and my other podcast, Growing Up Low Country with Liz and Danny, and my new podcast that's all about candles, entitled A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. Just dropped an episode this week. Y'all check it out. And Preach, Amethyst, thank y'all so much. I cannot wait to see y'all on Saturday.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make some motherfucking cheddar biscuits for y'all. Yo, straight up, no. I'm gonna get some cheddar. Yo, I got some cheddar biscuits. I'm gonna hook them up. Yeah. I'm gonna have them at the DJ table. Y'all just walk on up. I promise. I got you.
Don't let nobody else touch them. Be like that, like Dave Chappelle episode. Don't drop that shit.
Oh man. So
I got you.
For Amethyst, Preach, and myself, this has been another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. And until next time, y'all be good. Peace.